many of you, and now I see my group, and now I see the German group, and I'm very happy about it. Yeah? Are you happy to be together?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. How are you?
Fine.
You see, if you look, while getting ready for the lesson, I looked through the timetable at different schools, and I saw that almost everywhere in the world they study maths. So, I mean, in the USA, in Great Britain, everywhere, maths is one of the most important subjects. They may not study Russian, they may not study English, but they all study maths. So that's why today is maths, but in English. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Now, first of all, I would like you to look at the blackboard. Well, please look. Can you render these sayings, famous people in Russian? So, how do you understand them? Say it in Russian. Just me before our guests who don't know English. In Ivana Krzyzewska, for example, can you say it in English, in Russian for her? What is it? Daniel.
Mathematics is the queen of the science. Математика королева наук.
Yes, very close. And they say also, it's just the saying of an outstanding mathematician, Gauss. So they also say математика Царица. Okay, that's right. What about the second saying? How do you understand it? I'm sure you know who the scientist is, yes? Great astronomer, mathematician, philosopher. That's right. So, yes, that's right. So the book of nature is written in the language of mathematics. So today we're going to study somehow the language of mathematics. Can you just guess what the letters of the language can be?
Numbers.
Numbers, okay, that's all? Angles. Numbers, angles. Triangles. Squares, you think? Circles, okay. So it's what? Shapes. In other words, yes, shapes. I would like you just now to think in your groups and please give some ideas why mathematics is so important. Why they say that it's the queen of sciences, of the scientists, and why the book of nature, everything around us is written in the language of mathematics. The language of mathematics is so important. Why? Just some ideas quickly in your groups. Why maths? Why you should study maths? Okay, thank you very much. Choose one person for your group who will just tell the idea, your ideas, the others. Who will tell the others your ideas. Okay, you are Daniel. So the others, well, just listen. If you have the same ideas, you agree. If you have anything else to add, you add.
Well, we use math in a lot of science. We use mathematics in economic for ourselves, to count numbers, to pay money in shops. It's for example.
Okay. What else? So from your group, what can you say? Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Your ideas?
We have the same.
You have the same ideas. What is the main idea about you from this group?
We use magic in economic. We use magic to count money. There are many. We use maths in different sciences
Like what?
like chemistry, biology, geometry.
It's maths. So you?
We agree with that group that if we don't know mathematics, we can't do usual things like buying something in a shop or doing something in your home. At home.
Okay, and you?
Would like to add that we can't build anything. For example, we can't build houses or cars and planes, and we can't develop things without mathematics.
You can't develop without mathematics. Okay, so we'll get back to this question again at the end of our lesson, because most of the things I've heard and you've heard was about counting money while doing shopping. Yeah? I was very happy to hear that Sonia told us about one more field of mathematics. It was, how do we call it? It's architecture? Did you mean architecture?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, will you please tell me, what types of maths can you study? So, do you know these types of maths? Do you know them? Yeah? Can you read them in English? What are they? Trigonometry. Can you match the pictures? Will you please? These spheres of sides. What are they?
Second is algebra.
You think second is algebra?
I don't know.
No. Well, please discuss it quickly in groups. What do you think about it? Can you match? Okay, is it difficult? So what about the first picture? Well, what about the first picture? What is it?
Urok name for that is algebra.
Algebra. You think it's trigonometry? So 100% off. I think it's about what? It's about
counting money.
About counting money, yeah, it's shopping. So it's algebra. They think it's algebra and they are right. Okay, what about you? What about this picture? What is it? Lisa. What? You think? Trigonometry. Repeat. Trigonometry. Okay. You think it's this? No, you don't
I
agree?
think that is geometry.
Geometry. So what do you think?
We think it's trigonometry.
Trigonometry. What do you think? Picture two. It's trigonometry. Let's ask the expert. Expert, what is it? Because I'm not an expert, you know. So what is it?
Ну, я по-русски, конечно, скажу. Вторая картинка, какая же группа была все-таки правильная? Конечно, это геометрия.
Okay, great. So, first one is the trigonometry. Because, look, what figure is it? If we do it like this. Yes, what figure is it? Triangle. So,
Чуть попозже познакомимся, потому что мы еще пока до этого не дошли, до тригонометрии.
but still, okay.
Да.
Now, I see you for you already. So, when we speak, you told me at the beginning of the lesson that the language of math is shapes, numbers, triangles, rectangles, and all these kinds of things. So we have to revise vocabulary so that you can speak in English, yes, using the language of math. What you're going to do in past, in past, or look at these words. Can you help me just to give them in past? Wow. Look at this picture. Can you see it well? Can you see the picture well? Students, look here. Look at me. I'm not asking you to translate the words. I'm asking you, look here. Look at this. Can you match the pictures with the words? Put the numbers. You have one example. Okay? In pairs. Start. You look at the picture and you Yes, I want to tell you. Exam is the same. Sit down. You can come closer, you need me? So many words. Don't you think so? So, look at this. Get ready to give the result. And now 1, 2, and we'll find out which group has the more answers and the more right answers. 1, 2, 3. And now, look at this, get ready. Check your answers. So, check your answers. Okay, how many words have you done? 22 words. Okay, good. How many words have you done? 32. Great. 22 and 32. Be honest, be fair. How many words do you have? Yeah, count it. Please do it. How many words have you done? All of them. Okay, great. Terrific. What about you? All of them. So, I would like you to pay attention to pronunciation of some words, later you will understand why is that so important. Will you please repeat after me? Parts of a triangle. Hypotenuse. A right angle. A short side. So shapes. Circle. Square. Triangle. Rectangle. Oval. Ellipse. Lines. Straight. Curved. Perpendicular. Very good word. Do you think so? So parallel. Good. Then it's cube. Cone. Cylinder. Pyramid. Sphere. How to a square? Do you know what square is? Yes. Now side. Diagonal. Angle. I don't think you know this. Yes. Maybe the most important will be, I think it's the square root of. Do you see? I missed the letter. Yeah. It's all my fault. Square root of course. And it's 3 squared. Repeat. 3 squared. Plus. Minus. That's right. Okay. Can you give me an example of a sum, for example? 3 plus 3 равняется 6. 3 в квадрате плюс 5 в кубе равняется, I don't know what, actually. Plus 5 в квадрате. Ой,
5 squared is equal...
Is or equals? Equals? You don't know. So how much is it? 34? Okay. Well, is it so? Yes, good. Right. Now, but, so we've revised some vocabulary. I think now we are ready now to proceed. But actually, what we are going to pay attention today is more to, you will tell me what? Actually, we'll illustrate these 2 sayings of, again, a famous mathematician, philosopher, and very intelligent person who said these things about what science? Will you please tell me? Geometry. So, who can read in English? So, Nastya, will you please? Can you see 12? You can come near if you like.
Geometry has 2 great treasures. One is the theorem of Pythagoras, the others the division of a line into an extreme and mean ratio. The first we may compare to a measure of gold. The second we name precious
jewel. A precious jewel. So, you see, this is the translation of this, yes? Okay, can you guess what we are going to speak about now and to solve problems, of course? It's the theorem of Pythagoras, that's right. The theorem of Pythagoras. Will you please tell me, do you know anything about this great man, Pythagoras? Who knows? In groups, will you please get some ideas? What you know, what you remember about it. It shouldn't be too long. Just go, don't put it. It's not necessary with anything. Just some ideas. So, what you remember about it? Okay, thank you. That's enough. So, will you please tell me what do you know about it? What do you know about this great name, Pythagoras? Well, Leo? Can you say anything? Yeah,
Pythagoras was a Greek mathematician and philosopher, and he known for his Pythagoras theorem.
Theorem. Yes. Okay, good. What about you? Anything?
He believed in reincarnation, and he said that he lived 4 lives that he can remember details.
He can remember details for lives?
Yes.
Okay, good. So?
He has his own religion.
He has his own religion. You?
He wanted to do summers, and we can divide his thinking on 2 parts.
His thinking into parts?
His
What do you mean?
teaching.
Ah, his teaching, okay.
Yeah, and the 2 parts. It's a magician and religion part, and the science part.
And scientific part.
Scientific.
Okay, now you're going to watch a video. So, about the life of Pythagoras. So, and you're going to answer the questions. Will you please read the questions? Read the questions. Is everything clear about it? Is everything clear? Do you understand all the questions? Do you understand all the questions? help. Yeah? Now, students, look at me, please. Look at the blackboard. Look at the blackboard. Now, you're going to watch the video, and you're going to answer these questions. Okay? I hope it will go.
Pythagoras was born on the Greek island of Samos in the 6th century BC. His parents were aristocrats, and his father was a wealthy merchant. His father provided him with many tutors, including well-known teacher Pherecydes, who gave him a thorough education. Pythagoras' early and valuable education would lead him to his many achievements later in life. Following his childhood, Pythagoras traveled the world learning about mathematics and philosophy. He spent 22 years in Egypt studying math. Years later, Pythagoras settled in which is now modern-day Italy. He founded a school there for mathematicians and philosophers. Approximately 2,500 students attended. We consider Pythagoras one of the greatest philosophers and mathematicians of all time, and we best know him for his concept of the Pythagorean theorem.
Well, please tell me, do you need to listen to again? Yes. Sure. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know, it doesn't seem to work, but okay, listen.
Pythagoras was born on the Greek island of Samos in the 6th century BC. His parents were aristocrats, and his father was a wealthy merchant. His father provided him with many tutors, including well-known teacher Pherecydes, who gave him a thorough education. Pythagoras' early and valuable education would lead him to his many achievements later in life. Following his childhood, Pythagoras traveled the world learning about mathematics and philosophy. He spent 22 years in Egypt studying math. Years later, Pythagoras settled in which is now modern-day Italy. He founded a school there for mathematicians and philosophers. Approximately 2,500 students attended. We consider Pythagoras one of the greatest philosophers and mathematicians of all time, and we best know him for his concept of the Pythagorean theorem.
Well, please compare your answers in pairs. Okay, compare your answers in pairs. Change the course. Okay. So, who was Pythagoras' teacher? Is that technical? What others? Is it yeah. What? Has anybody heard? You're not sure? Okay, students, are you ready for the right answers? Okay. Gotta see this. So, will you please tell me, how many have you answered correctly? Lisa, at your group, how many have you answered correctly?
5.
questions, and you? 5 as well, and you? Okay, well, so we have 7 questions. What were the most difficult questions? Will you just tell me? Which one? 2 and less. So what is it all about? Will you just tell me? Now you know it. What is it all about? I'm sorry,
His father was a wealthy merchant.
Merchant, altogether. Merchant, yes. His father was a wealthy merchant and aristocrat. Yeah, he was from an aristocratic family. And which one?
A third.
The third.
Yes.
Thucydides. Yes. So what is it about? What is the name?
It's about Pythagoras' teacher.
Teacher. It's about, yeah. So who was his teacher? Thucydides. Repeat. Thucydides. That's right. And now I'll give the word. Look at this. To your math teacher, because it's time to practice math, to solve problems.
Ну, я так слушала, что вы говорили, вы много сказали о Пифагоре и, конечно, о теореме Пифагора. Вы, конечно, прекрасно понимаете, что теорема Пифагора, когда мы изучаем ее в геометрии, используется в различных областях науки и техники. И воспета теорема Пифагора была многими поэтами. Я вам сейчас предлагаю формулировку, послушать формулировку теоремы Пифагора на стихотворную формулировку. И своеобразное домашнее задание. Если кто-то захочет перевести ее на английский, то пожалуйста. Будет, конечно.
А на какой язык будет процент?
Если дан нам треугольник, и притом с прямым углом, то квадрат гипотенузы мы всегда легко найдем. Катеты в квадрат возводим, сумму степеней находим, и таким простым путем к результату мы придем.
Okay, will you please tell me, can you say the theorem of Pythagorean theorem in English? Can you do it? You can? Okay, try in groups, like this. Yes, how you see the theorem of Pythagoras in English? Hypotenuse.
If you have a right triangle, discover if you take the two short additions and philosopher. He considered Pythagoras one of the greatest philosophers and mathematicians of all time, and we best know him for his concept of the Pythagorean theorem.
So, your group, the definition. Yes, you can.
The addition of two squared short sides equals squared hypotenuse.
So, you? It's the same? Maybe you have a different version. The same? You? And you?
The addition of two short squared sides of right angle triangular equals squared hypotenuse.
Okay, let's check if you were right. How do they say it in English?
He discovered if you take the two shorter sides in any right triangle and square them, then add together their squares, you will end up with the square of the hypotenuse, or the longest side of the triangle. This form is called a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the two shorter sides, and c is the hypotenuse. For example, if you have a right triangle with sides measuring 3, 4, and 5 units, you can add 3 squared plus 4 squared to get 5 squared, or 9 plus 16 to get 25. He valued math as much as music.
Ну а теперь, поскольку мы уже с вами выучили саму формулировку теоремы Пифагора, проговорили про нее, теперь я вам предлагаю порешать занимательные задачи. Так. Древнеиндийская задача. Над озером тихим, с полфута размером, высился лотоса цвет. Он рос одиноко, и ветер порывом отнес его в сторону. Нет более цветка над водой. Нашел же рыбак его ранней весной, в 2 футах от места, где рос. Итак, предложу я вопрос. Как озеро, вода здесь глубока? Вот этой вот бригаде, пожалуйста, решайте свою задачу. Древнеиндийская задача.
But before you start, you will have to listen to me.
Да, послушайте, пожалуйста. Задача индийского математика XII века. Бхаскары. На берегу реки Ростополь одинокий. Вдруг ветропорыв его ствол надломал. Бедный тополь упал, и угол прямой с течением реки его ствол составлял. Запомни теперь, что в месте том река 4 фута была широка. Верхушка склонилась у края реки. Осталось 3 фута всего от ствола. Прошу тебя, скоро теперь мне скажи, у тополя как высока, как велика высота. Задачи из учебника арифметики Леонтия Магнитского. Случись некому человеку к стене лестницу прибрать. Стены же тоя высота есть 117 стоп. И обрейте лестницу долготе 125 стоп. И ведайте хочет, колика стоп сия лестницы нижний конец от стены отстоять и мать. И практическая задача. Для крепления мачты нужно установить 4 троса. Один конец каждого троса должен крепиться на высоте 12 метров, другой на земле на расстоянии 5 метров от мачты. Хватит ли одного троса длиной 50 метров для крепления мачты?
Well, just a moment. Attention, please. Attention, please. Again, English. I would like you to give the problem, when you get with the solution of the problem, will you please tell us what was your problem about in English? Okay? I will give you the words, and it will help you to translate. So in your groups, you can divide who will work with the maths and who will work with English. So remember, you have here to choose the words will help you. So don't forget that you will have to say in English yes, what the is about. So some will.
Зачем нам речь из этого и от этого третьего? Вот это возьмите, и от этого возьмите. Вычтите Зачем? Как считал? Мы вычисляли число раз. Потом мы из этого
So you choose one to give the task. Yes. Okay, then we'll There was a flower. There was a flower. Sorry, it's okay. Good. Yes, of course. They're almost ready. Okay, thank you, students. And now your solution of the problems. So which group? This group. You can choose a backward because you're giving us to give us quickly. Do it quickly. Be quick. Oh, you choose two people, yes? Okay. So
okay. I have to read English, yes?
yes, you have, but speak loud and you stop talking. Your time is up.
Over a white lake, near half foot tall, there was the flower floating. It grown lonely, and the gust of wind carried it away. And there is no flower there now. One man found it.
Yes, one man found it. Good.
Near 2 foot of that place, the flower was growing. And the question: what height what's the height of the lake?
What is the height of the lake, or how deep is the lake?
Yes, how deep is the lake?
How deep is the lake? Okay.
Okay. We have to find x. If we take the square's hypotenuse, it equals the squared
short side BC,
BC and plus squared CA.
We get?
Yeah. Okay. And from this summary, we get that x equals 3 and 75.
3.75?
3.75 foot.
Feet.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
3.75 feet. We must get the answer in meters, and we multiply 3.75 by 0.3, and we'll get 1.125.
Right? Great. Come on. So be quick because we are pressed for time. You're welcome. Who's good? Who is ready? Okay, Nastya, you're welcome. You're welcome. Come in. Quickly. You may give your solution in Russian if you like. I mean the solution of the problem. The problem in English, the solution in Russian. You're welcome. Now, what was your problem about? Nastya, look at it. Nastya, you look. Students.
The problem about popular.
the river, a lonely poplar was growing when suddenly a gust of the wind has broken it. The top of the tree fell down, and the top of the tree, edge of the river, and the trunk of the tree made a right angle triangular. The edge of the river was 4 foot and
4 feet.
4 feet, and the trunk of the tree was 3 feet. And we have to find how long was the tree. Well,
So you need to find the CD. You need to add 2 squared sides. These being C and A and C. You need it's equal. This side equals 25, and then you need this side equals 25, and you need to find CD. So CD equals 8. You need to add this side and this side. So 5 plus 3 is 8.
8. Yes? Yes. Anybody else? Would you like to go or don't? So how much time is left? 1 minute? Okay, you're not. So volunteers. Would you like to risk or not? You can do it. Okay, you're welcome. So I think I'll... You have practical one, yeah? Face the audience, please.
We have cable which is 50 meters long, and we need to fix 4 cables, and at the height at 12 meters.
Okay.
Okay. To solve this problem, we need to use the theorem of Pythagoras. Pythagoras, yeah. We need to add one short squared side to another. It's 12 squared plus 5 squared is equal to 169. The square root of 169 is 13. We need to multiply 13 by 4 because there are 4 cables. Its equal is 13 multiplied by 4 is equal 52 meters, and it's not enough. 1 cable is not enough for this.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, the bell has gone, but I have one more very interesting moment for you. Remember, I told you that we are going to just back to the question why math is so important. Do you believe now that it's important? Yes. Can you speak math language now in English? Not very well, but I hope you'll improve with years, yes? Yes, one more thing. I would like you to show one more thing, and it's, let me see how we can do it. Now I will show you what may happen if you don't know math well. I hope it won't happen.
This is for 16,000. Which of these square numbers also happens to be the sum of 2 smaller square numbers? 16, 25, 36, 49.
$16,000. Can you imagine 16,000?
This is hard to do math when it's enough here.
All right, take your time, okay? A lot of time.
So he needs your help. He has asked the audience. So your versions.
16.
You think 16. You? 25. The audience. So help him. You?
25.
25 you think. You? 16 maybe. You? 25. Okay, let's see. If you help him or not. It's just a big question.
Here. If you're ready, vote now. Okay, 50% believe it is 16, 30% say 25, and 19 for 36, so just 1% for 49. Check with the air votes and such crap. 45% of them say 16, 23 for 36, 22 for 25, just 10% for 49. So they both agree that the number isn't great. And I just want to remind you, Brian, that you do have other lifelines if you need them, because should you miss it, you would drop down to 1,000. I don't know where your head was at before you asked the audience. Were you leaning toward anything? Can you figure it out based on what you're seeing here?
I'm gonna. I'm going to go with the audience in this, and I'm going to say A, final answer.
Oh, Brian, the audience is not right.
The audience is not right.
It was 4 squared plus 3 squared is 16 plus 9.
It was 3 squared plus 4 squared, and it was 25. So you can lose $16,000 if you don't know math. Is it in bottom? Yes.